The names and numbers of God. In the heroic days before settlements and the buildings of temples and cities, the tribes of Israel travelled between the sacred places of their territory, carrying with them the Ark of the Covenant and the materials of its resting place, the tabernacle. At the traditional spots where they pitched camp, they erected the tabernacle, a series of curtain enclosures with the ark lodged in its inner sanctuary, and set up their tents in ritual order around it. The temple at Jerusalem was designed in imitation of the tabernacle. Religion in those days was an entirely practical affair. The wandering tribes depended for their livelihood on communion with the native spirits of their landscape, and the tabernacle was designed, like the temple after it, to attract by similitude the powers of divinity. The names given to the various deities or the various aspects of the vital principle in nature were based on the sounds that were found most effective in evoking their response. From these sounds arose the alphabet. The legendary architect of the tabernacle, Bezalel, was said to have known the combination of letters which heaven and earth were made, and to have fashioned the tabernacle in accordance with them. Each letter corresponded a particular type of universal energy. It corresponded also to the shape, colour, perfume, and other characteristic attributes of the god it symbolized, and most essentially to the god's number. When temples were built as instruments of invocation, they expressed in their dimensions, in their furnishings, and in the areas and shapes of the spaces they enclosed the number of the god to whom they were dedicated. Thus, the temple of Athena, the Virgin, was laid out in units of the Virgin 7. Bezalel and architects in the Masonic tradition followed him were initiated into a science of acoustics, and the ultimate product of his craft, the cosmic temple, was designed to resonate with the music of planetary motion. In its proportions were to be found every type of musical harmony, set out in numerical ratios, and since these numbers corresponded to sounds and letters, the whole structure was an architectural litany containing the names by which all various powers in nature were evoked, and thus forming a pantheon, a complete representation of universal mind.